morning. Oh my gosh.
Good morning to you too.
We're tired today.
Yeah, I didn't sleep great.
Michael, you were up until 2. Which meant I was up until 2.
I was up until 2 and then went to sleep, and I woke up at 3 and then I woke up at 5. So basically I've had no sleep.
And we've got a tough day potentially ahead of us.
Yeah, we got a long, tough day ahead of us. We have to make it...
In theory, it's a 3-hour cruise with 3 or 4 locks. The reality might be very different.
Well, the number of locks won't change, but...
It's true.
Or the distance. But the time will, yeah.
And we might not make it all the way.
Yeah. Now, so it doesn't look so bad from here. Like, what we can see down there doesn't look so bad. What we've heard, I guess, is that the worst of it is...
I think it's a place called
Manton. A couple of bridges ahead.
Martin?
Yeah, Martin to
Manton?
Ranby. Ranby?
Yeah.
Was the worst of it.
Or even just to Osberton.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Hopefully it's just to Osberton, because that's only a couple of miles. One way or another.
But we're talking about weed, if we haven't mentioned it.
Yeah, weed and algae. We've had reports of it being excessively bad, and at least one boat simply not being able to make it through, coming towards where we are now. The weed boats have not made it back to that area.
When we came through 2 weeks ago, it was bad, but it was passable.
But the weed boat now hasn't been there for a couple of weeks, and so we have to, sort of assume that there's been more growth with the hot weather and everything. So, not really looking forward to this part.
No, it's going to be fun.
Slow movement, greenery, yeah.
Yeah, so let's just go on with it. Let's not put it off any longer.
Yeah. May as well, just rip off the bandage.
Yeah.
Right, let's do that.
Also, we've still got...
Oh, George's getting much pets.
We've got like 3 bags of rubbish in the front of the bow that we picked out of the canal.
Yeah.
So we need to get rid of that today.
Yeah, which means getting to the forest locks.
Which might not happen. It's exciting.
Let's see.
And also...
One way or another, there should be no trees. I hope there's no trees.
God.
Please let there be no more trees.
One way or another, the next time you hear from us, we'll be not in such a good mood.
Probably not. Right on our way.
We're just east of Worksop here, and that's the old Bracebridge pumping station you can see in the background. Michael heads off into the weeds, and at first it isn't too bad. It's just over 2 miles to Osberton Lock, and our fingers are crossed that it isn't going to get too much worse than this. A few hundred metres in and it gets a little tougher. Michael throws the boat into reverse to try and clear the prop, and then he tries again through the weed. We definitely have the engine working a lot harder than normal to push through the weed-clogged water. And then it starts getting thicker and thicker, but at least we're still moving. A few more revs in reverse to try and throw the weed off the prop. Another name for this filamentous algae is blanket weed, and you can see where it gets that name. We reached the 3 bridges at Manton, and this is where it was worst when we were coming west a few weeks ago, so I'm hopeful that if we can get through this, we'll be okay for the rest of the way. So I think we're about halfway now, which is good, and we're still making progress, and it's not been too slow. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of weed and it's horrible, but we're moving, so. The towpath switches sides at this bridge, and it also marks just 1 mile to the lock. We are pushing some mats on our bow, but at least they're pretty small. The weed has definitely eased off now, and I decide to walk ahead to get the lock set for the boat. At the lock I find that the anti-vandal device on the towpath side paddle is completely jammed, so I have to fill the lock slowly using just 1 paddle. Michael moors up to have a go, but he can't get it to shift either. Back on the boat, and Michael executes a perfect turn into the lock. The boat doesn't touch the sides. Trust me, it isn't always like this. Just to add to our fun, there's a wasp's nest in one of the paddles on the bottom gate. We decide to drop the lock using just the other paddle so as not to make them angry. George and I join Michael on the boat. It feels like we're on the home straight now. Wading and looking for fish in the bywash looks like a lot of fun. There's lots of weed here too, but it's mainly on the edges of the navigation. Just under this bridge is the field of friendly bullocks that we met on the way west. They're way off in the distance today, and they don't come and say hello. On the other side of the canal, we find a field full of friendly cows instead. Here is the site of the fallen tree that stopped us in our tracks 2 weeks ago. What a lovely family of land geese and goslings. Just before we get to Ramby, there's a huge winding hole. This sounds a bit silly, but it looks like a lovely place to turn the boat. Michael even suggests that we do a 360 just to try it out. Instead, we just pause and spend a few minutes watching the huge fish that call it home. Here is the Chesterfield Canal Trust workboat Python. I bet the volunteers are really itching to get out on her soon. And this is the tree whose broken branch first blocked our path. One last lock today, Forest Top Lock.
Welcome back to our home mooring.
Forest Middle Top Lock above Retford, where, okay, we didn't spend the entirety of the bulk of lockdown here, but between here and Retford, this is familiar territory.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad actually coming back.
No.
Took about 4.5 hours.
Yeah, we were shocked. I mean, there was still very large amounts of weed.
It was slow, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as bad as we'd kind of been.
Didn't even go down the weed edge.
Think it would be.
Although it probably needs cleaning now.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, it's wrapped with weed, but we got lucky. There was two major sections, which were kind of the ones that we knew about, that were bad, but not impassable. So we made it through with a fair amount of pushing. Probably used up a lot more diesel than I'd like, but we got here. It was good. Once we got to Ranby, it was all nice and clear.
Yeah.
For the rest of the way, just little patches
here
and there, and even here, right at the top.
Yeah,
lock,
this was
it's cleared up.
This was solid when we were last here.
Yeah, so this must be the work of the weed boat when they were here.
Hopefully, the rest of the forest locks are okay, and we can get back to Retford tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, there was the bullocks. In the last video where we did the section, the one where the tree got taken away. About half of the comments were telling me that they weren't bulls, they were bullocks. And if they didn't tell me,
steers.
Yeah, if they didn't tell me they were bullocks, they were steers.
Which gets confusing because in the United States, a bullock is a young bull, not yet a steer. And in Europe and in the UK, a bullock is a steer of any age. So the two languages sort of disagree on what the heck the dang thing is. And we never did get to go in and check any genitals. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to call them bulls out of respect for their potential growth.
Either way, they didn't come and say hello. I was really excited. I even nearly walked because I got on the boat at Osburton Lock, but I nearly walked just so I could see the bulls, but they didn't come over and see us, so I'm glad I didn't.
But instead, on the other side of the water, a bunch of cows came up to see us.
And these were definitely cows because they had udders.
Yes.
But we got rid of the rubbish and we're going to stay here on the lock landing for the night because we are, for a fact, the only boat moving.
Well,
So
And there is a fast-moving puppy approaching George from behind right now, which could get funny in a second.
So yeah, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell if you want notifications.
Bing! George, stay away from that. Don't move, don't move, don't move. He's not moving. Okay. Hopefully, by the next video, we've actually made it past this lock.
The next vlog might be us just...
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
We're going to be here until the weed boat comes, whenever that is.
We'll see.
Oh, but don't worry, we've got water, we've got food, we'll be alright.
I gotta go pick up George's poops.
The only problem would be if George can't poo because we're stuck in the middle of the canal.
Ah, well, that's an issue. But then you guys will be off on the towpath camping.
That's true, because I'll be off.
Yeah.
Michael throws the boat into reverse to try and clear the plot. We reach the three bridge. We reach the three.
The cows come to see us. They were cute. They were definitely... We didn't have to check genitals because they had others. Secondary sexual characteristics confirmed. They were definitely not bullocks or bulls. Lord knows we're going to get 200 comments about them being calves or something. Look, this is potential dog meeting. Yeah. Oh, high speed. Disappointed George.